So it's crunch time. It's us v Burnley. First v second. This could be the title decider, as we look like probably odds on to get back-to-back promotions. Roll the intro. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Football Manager 2022 Sunderland save, where life is going very well, except for we're 2 points off Burnley. However, it's been chopping and changing hands. 4 points clear of Reading in third. West Brom have dropped off a little bit. Look at this, right? Look, we went top and then we lost 1-0 to Blackburn Rovers. We went second. We drew 1-1 with Millwall. If we compare us and Burnley, I mean, we've come out of... Burnley started really well. We started pretty badly. Not badly, but average. Then we sort of middled out a little bit and we're going around, and Burnley fell off a cliff. They didn't sack Sean Dyche, right? They stuck with him and he has performed miracles. As we started to improve, they improved. We then dropped off again, falling towards just outside the playoffs. But they went on this run, went top, and then they finally had a challenge from someone, which was us. And as they beat Blackpool 3-0 in this week, we were on a run. We beat Stoke 3-1 actually at home, which was great. They then lost 1-0 to Reading when we beat Blackpool 5-1. And then, as I said, we beat Blackburn Rovers 1-0, but then the loss against, or the draw with Millwall was a 1-1. And it made them go ahead as they beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-1 and then beat Bristol City 2-1. So... yeah, it's been really interesting. West Brom have completely, they dropped off here. It went all sorts of wrong for them there. They beat Luton Town and then they drew 1-1 with Barnsley. They lost 5-0 to Millwall. They lost 1-0 to Portsmouth, and they've just had a bounce-back win against Coventry City. But all in all, it is going really, really, really well. Bazuna has been brilliant since coming in on loan from Man City, as we'd sort of expect. 7 clean sheets and 7 conceded in 13 games, a 7.13. Just building on where we showed him last season, really. But all in all, it's been absolutely brilliant, this Sunderland team. We are getting to a crossroads now where it's like a lot of these players I think will struggle in the Premier League. We are heavily reliant on Anthony Elanga, who has just been superb this season. A 7.29 average rating, 11 goals in 22 starts is just ridiculous. Average rating wise, Michael Hector's up there, 7.47, 4 goals in 28. So not actually scoring too much, but being very solid defensively. But again, at 30... we got him on a free. If someone offered us around about 10, 15 million, I'd probably sell him because I think we could buy better in the transfer window if we were to get promoted. We've been lucky. A lot of our new signings have settled in really well. Corey Hurahan has performed much better than I ever would have expected. 13 assists for the 32-year-old. But again, he wants a new contract. We said we're going to discuss it at the end of the season, but at 32, do I really want to be giving him a contract extension when he's already got 1 year left on his deal? I don't know. Is he going to cut it in the Premier League? Obviously, he was there previously with Villa. We've got the best out of him in the Championship in this system, but I'm really worried about what he's going to be like. Do we need to rely on people like Conor Hurahan when we get to the Premier League? That's going to be the issue. Messina's another one. 7.19 in the Championship for us on average, a 7.2. But the Premier League, he played 24 times for a team like Watford, who got relegated and got a 6.67. Is the Premier League just too much of a step for him? We've got Sirkin, who is continually linked to go back to Tottenham. He keeps on turning them down, and then you get clubs that are like mid-table Championship clubs that are interested in him. Is he going to be able to perform at left-back? He's done really well in League One, really well in the Championship. Is he going to have enough about him in the Premier League to do it? I just don't know. And this is the sort of questions we're getting with the likes of Pritchard, the likes of... who's the other central midfielder guy? Embleton, who I can't see on this list for some reason at the moment. He might be injured, actually. But, yeah, and then there's Ricky J. Jones as well. Brought in 15 goals, 4 assists in 28 games, a 7.18 average in the league. Again, a 7.2. 1 every 2 games. Is he going to be able to do that in the Premier League? I'm just not sure. Ross Stewart, the striker that go alongside him. Ross McCrory, who we've brought in from Aberdeen. 2.5 million, banging it. Loving life in the Championship. Is he going to do it in the Premier League? I'm just not sure. Part of me, as a manager in the game, is you've just got to trust them, haven't you? You've got to trust them. You've got to give them the opportunity to show they can do it in the Premier League. but I'm just not sure. I really think if we do go up, we're going to struggle. Jed Steer is wanted as well. I think he could be someone we cash in on. Stoke have obviously been impressed with what he's done in the Championship. And he has done. He was probably harshly dropped for Bazzuno, to be fair. But he's also very happy to be a backup goalkeeper. So I think Jed Steer's good to keep around. We've got a lot of players that we've bought in. We could probably sell for a nice tidy profit and try and reinvest that money back into the club. But overall, yeah, I'm very happy. I think I'm very, very happy with how we're performing. The club is doing really, really well on and off the pitch. We're making profit, which is good for Sunderland. We're on a good run of, 5 games without defeat. Okay, the draw with Millwall, very disappointing. But before that, 4 wins on the trot. Middlesbrough, Stoke, Blackpool and Blackburn. Unfortunately, the loss to Watford was in there. But we're playing well. We're doing well. Really not long to go to the end of the season. This game against Burnley and then potentially that game against Reading is absolutely crucial looking at the table. And the running's going to be, there's going to be a lot to do. And it could come down to the final day of the season to see whether we win the league or even gain that second place automatic promotion. Do we go into the playoffs? I would be disappointed if from this stage we drop out of the playoffs. It is only, an 8-point difference, I think that is. 67 to 75 is an 8-point difference to Watford. But with how we're playing and how the team's performing, I'd be disappointed if we had an 8-point swing against Watford. But all that said, we are playing Burnley today, and that is going to be tough. Sean Dyche has got them playing well. I've said all this. I'm pretty sure he's still their manager. Let it load up. Is he still the manager? Yes, he is still the manager. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I didn't think they sacked him. But they've kept a number of their players from the Premier League. Nick Pope is still their goalkeeper, which is ridiculous how no one from the Premier League's picked him up. They've bought in Said Kolasinac, Premier League experience, Goodmunson, Brownhill, James Garner's there on loan, Ben Mee, Shane Duffy, even Connor Roberts is there in real life, Chris Wood, Salomon Rondon. They've kept that team. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, Ashley Westwood, Ashley Barnes. They've kept the main part of their team. And it's obviously working really well for them. They're top of the league. So we've got to go and challenge them today. And I'm going to listen to my assistant manager about the opposition instructions for this game. And now we need to decide how we're going to play, who we're going to play, and see how it goes. You can see in the last game, right back's been a big issue. So we've actually moved Edmondson over to right back at the moment, which isn't too bad. Isn't too bad in a defensive sense, but attacking wise, crossing 6 and dribbling 6, he's really not suited to be the right back in the system we want to play. So yeah, we'll have a think about that. Andre Wisdom is available again, but again, more of a centre back. Probably will look to cash in on him because that 7.5 grand a week wage is quite a lot, and he is quite injury prone, so we'll have to have a look. And then obviously the only other right back we've got as an option is Luke O'Nien, who has been playing reasonably well, but we don't have right backs that can cross the ball, which is absolutely infuriating. And when we were playing the 5 at the back, we were training Patrick Roberts to actually be a wing back because he can do that job pretty well. But even he can't cross because he wants to be an inverted forward, an inverted winger on this right hand side going onto his left foot. So right back is a huge place we need to improve. Neil Higgins is our 3rd or 4th choice right back. He can't even cross either. So we're in a bit of a pickle with right back. We really, really are. But, right, Burnley. I'm going to pick the team. We'll come back to go through it in a sec. Okay, right. This is what we're going to go with. Bazzuno in goal. O'Nien is going to come in at right back. We're going to have Hector and Doyle as the centre-back partnership. Messina on the left. McCrory comes in midfield with Hurihan and Temzikov. Now, I'll explain why I've picked Temzikov in a minute. Roberts on the right, Elanga on the left, and Ricky J. Jones up front. Pretty much picks itself as a front 3 at the moment. But Temzikov comes in as a Mazzala on attack, which he can't apparently play at all, which is bizarre because he can play as an attacking midfielder. But with his dribbling, finishing and first touch and his composure, I'm hoping he can bring the ball out from the midfield, attack the channels, sort of Frank Lampard-esque. If we need him to bring the ball out, he will do it. But if we also need him to be on the edge of the box to put home a goal or get into the box to support the strikers as the ball goes wide, he'll do that as well. And I think he's going to do that job slightly better than Alex Pritchard, whose finishing can let him down. And I feel like when we've got the ball and we're hopefully ahead in the game, we can bring Pritchard on to hold on to the ball and make him a playmaker. Just keep that ball ticking over, moving it around. But if we look at him as a Mazzala on attack, he lacks in the finishing department. And I feel like Temzikov really small at 5'5", but nippy, can get in the place at the right time. And as a squad sort of fringe player, he's not done too badly. 1 goal, 3 assists in 15. Most of those will be as a substitute. I'm pretty sure of that in the league. Yeah, 7 starts, 8 substitute appearances, but 7.12. He has impressed me this season, so we're going to give him the nod in a big game, and really hope it works. To be honest, it's a big call to go with. It's a bold strategy, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it works. But you know, these big games, you have to make big decisions, don't you? You have to really try and go for it. They're lining up in the team that we pretty much imagined they would. They're 6th in the form table. We're 1st. We are the on-form team at the moment. I assume you all want to go top of the table. Good, let's go and win. Let's give the... Are we home or away? We're at home. Let's give the fans some bragging rights if we go top of the league. That is what we want to say. And you're seeing the team talk. Something I normally cut out of the edits as we go through. But here we go then. Sunderland v Burnley. And let me know, if we do get promoted or next season, do you want to see some new kits again? Do we want to generate some new kits? Do we want to generate kits for the whole league? That is possible with the new system we've got. But Doyle has it out to Hector. Up to Temzakov, and he puts the ball through. Ricky J. Jones, Patrick Roberts. Oh, he shoots straight at Pope. Elanga on the rebound. Their defender was so slow to react. And Anthony Elanga, 4 minutes in, has sent the Sunderland faithful into joyous rapture. Joyous rapture, because he was so slow to react. Connor Roberts, we said Premier League experience before the game, but that was terrible. Beaten by the pace of Anthony Elanga as Nick Pope pushed the ball wide. 1-0 up. And I said that front three picks itself. And just look at those starting ratings. There's a long throw in. Hector's there. It's 2-0. Luke 09 throws it in. Who needs to cross the ball when you can just do a long throw? Hector's there to score from the corner. His 5th goal of the season for the centre-back. And a lovely throw in from 09. The keeper's come flapping. Nick Pope's had a shocker at the start of this game. We'll praise the boys. 10 minutes gone and we are 2-0 up, although Burnley do get a kick-off highlight, which is always a concern when you're not watching too many highlights. Brownhill out to Roberts, up to Goodmunson. Joey Goodmunson to Brownhill again. That's offside, referee. He's clearly offside. He is offside. David Coote, the ref, gives the free kick, and what a start this is. That front three... But again, we're so reliant on Anthony Elanga, who's just been on loan with us for 2 seasons. We need to somehow get a big transfer budget, and if I have to splurge it all on Anthony Elanga as Ricky Jones hits the post. Oh, RJJ, he's hit the post. Oh, so unlucky. But yeah, Anthony Elanga, if it's going to take all of our transfer budget to get him in from Man United, I think I might do it, because he's very, very quickly becoming one of my favourite people in this save. Like, as a left winger and as an inverted winger, he's just been ridiculous. And Temzakov, at the moment, is justifying my inclusion because he is playing so well as Ricky J. Jones goes out to Patrick Roberts with a lovely ball from the striker. He puts it back into J. Jones, knocked down looking for McCrory, but it's cleared away as Hurry hands there. Temzakov back to 09 to keep this one moving. Rondon tried to put a bit of pressure on Hector. Back to 09. Now, we can get caught out occasionally with overplaying the ball, but we seem to have worked it well from left to right or right to left over there. And Roberts will get in a lot of space here. Things it across. Elanga's with a header. Pope saves and Duffy clears behind. Oh, they are looking worried, this Burnley team. Patrick Roberts with the corner. In it goes. Headed away by Rondon and Connor Hurrihan, who is, we've discussed it earlier, fighting for basically that new contract. Great tackle from McCrory to win the ball back there. 09, Temzakov. Back to 09 again, into Roberts. McCrory, up to Ricky J. Jones. Out it goes to Elanga, the danger man. Sensible. Back to Massina. Look at this. And I don't mind it when we can move the ball across the back four going from left to right. Although Elanga, Temzakov's in. And that's what we wanted. Him to make those runs. And I called it before the game. To make those runs from midfield. Frank Lampard-esque to get involved with the one-on-one situation against the goalkeeper. Arriving late. I didn't quite picture it like this because I thought it would be more of a sort of ball in. But what a pass from Anthony Elanga. And what a finish from Temzakov. Our little Bulgarian. Absolutely flying, Temzakov, and he's justified his selection today, and it's 3-0 inside 33 minutes, and frankly this is embarrassing for Burnley because they're top of the league and they had it to fight for, as Ricky J. Jones could be in again, but Pope comes and smothers that one. What a performance this is in a top of the table clash. And yes, we're at home, the fans are going to get behind us. Temzakov puts a ball through again and Ricky J. Jones is in, and it's 4-0. 33 minutes and 42 seconds. Temzikov has just shown with a goal and an assist why we've brought him in. But 0-9 to Hector, and Temzikov has just picked a beauty of a pass over the top there to Ricky J. Jones. He's got more pace than Ben Mee. Everybody knows that. And he is in, and that is 4-0. And we're just over half an hour into this game. And oh my word, we're putting on a show. Roberts all the way in. Duffy with a header. It's cleared off the line from Messina. You could see me there trying to nut it away. Kolasinac gets to the byline, puts a cross in, and that's an easy catch for Bazunu, who again is another one. Maybe we just need to chuck money at the situation and try and make sure we get these players into strengthen, and then look around the free transfers, I think, at the end of the season to see who we can potentially bring in just to bolster the squad, and maybe just let some of the deadwood go. If we don't think Hurihan's good enough for the Premier League, we can just let him go and look to bring in a new central midfielder. But we're going to whisper that because he's currently on the pitch and playing well, so we don't want to really curse it too much. Kolasinac gets to the byline again. 0-9 comes to pressure. Garner and Cuckoo. Now James Garner, I made an loan move for him when Burnley did, but we couldn't afford it and Burnley could, so he moved to Burnley, and he is on my radar for next year to bolster that central midfielder. As Goodmanson heads it against the bar, and Hector, bloody hell, that was casual, just poking it back to Bazunu in goal. But Messina with the long throw. It's come off a Burnley. No, it was Ricky J. Jones that won the header. That is strange. He should be loitering on the edge of the box, but he was up there, and it's 4-0 at half time. Alanga, Hector, Temzikov, and Ricky J. Jones, RJJ50 in the goals. I love the fact that this is saying Nick Pope has been impressive at breaking into the final third. I don't think our analysis is very good. That has got to be a bug. That is very strange. But we've regained possession well on the left-hand side of the pitch. We've struggled to make inroads attacking areas centrally. Don't mind that. And a good conversion rate of final thirds entries into shots, which is brilliant. And Temzikov at the moment, 92% pass completion rate on an 8.3. I am loving this. Like, when a selection gets justified, you've just got to be so happy. What 5 minutes you've blown them away. I sort of want to do... I'm very happy. Keep it up. That sort of means, you don't want them to get too complacent and things like that. I think then we're going to go for the sort of weird thing to say you're not that bad, but I think you still improve. I've got faith just to keep the green on the board. But yeah, I mean, that's as Ashley Barnes comes on to replace Salomon Rondon, so they're not happy with their attacking output, Burnley, which is unsurprising. This gives us a 6-point gap over West Brom, who are currently back up to third, and obviously we'll be going 1 point ahead of Burnley as Shane Duffy is over it with about an hour gone into Chris Wood. I don't think... they've easily played that in behind. Goodmanson, and he's missed the target. Okay, so they're gonna open us up a little bit. We'll give them a bit more praise. We're gonna drop down to a balanced mentality, just to mean we don't need to push up so much. But yeah, we're playing really well. Unsurprising, the two players, or one of the positions at right back, I'm very worried about next year. 0-9 on a 6.9, and Hurihan, a player I'm worried about next year, on a 6.8. So it'll be very interesting to see if that affects the game. As Ricky J. Jones could be in again. Can he get his second of the game? He's forced wide, cuts it back. Temzikov. Great save, and that is the Frank Lampard-esque movement I'm asking about. Try and get to the edge of the box and have a go when it's pulled back towards you. Roberts puts it in, headed away easily by Shane Duffy as Messina's there. Doyle back into Patrick Roberts, who's having a great game, and he fires it across, but he was offside. 10 minutes to go, and to be honest, we're looking good. We're looking all right. Conor Houlihan's going to come off for Alex Pritchard. Not the sub I thought I would make, but we are going to bring him on just to keep the ball ticking over. Like we said, as a deep line playmaker on support, he's got the passing attributes. We know he can do it. So let's utilise him to do that. And I might actually do Edmondson on at right back as well, because he is more of a defensive fullback, and we're going to say don't bother overlapping on the right-hand side, because there's no need to do it. Sirkin's injured, by the way, if you're wondering why he's not in the squad today. He's coming back from a knock, so he had an orange injury mark next to him, so he's not going to get the game time. But 2 minutes of time added on. We had an XG of 2.36, I think, to end that game, and we have battered them. 4-0, if that's not saying we're title contenders, I don't know what is. Outstretched arm, that is as comprehensive as it gets. We've blown them away. I asked them to do it for the fans who want to be gloating that we're top of the league. And there we sit, top of the championship. 40 games played, 78 points, a whopping 32 goal difference. Only Reading and West Brom are sort of competing with us in that element. But yeah, unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable things this in the league. What a performance We go top of the Sky Bet Championship. Oh my word, this is looking very, very tasty indeed. As we said, not too many games left. That's what 6 games left. I think it could come down to the final day of the season. We'll have to wait and see. It could be that game against Hull, maybe Luton. I don't think we're going to have it wrapped up by then, because I think Burnley are going to probably, unless their morale is now absolutely on the floor. Oh, they've got West Brom next. If they lose to West Brom, who look like they're coming back to a bit of form, and we get another win, that's going to be massive. We could potentially go 4 points clear with 5 games to play. Oh, this is going to be so tense. And thank you so much for watching and being here with me. I cannot wait for the run-in for this season. Can we go up as Sky Bet League One and then Sky Bet Championship champions back-to-back into the Premier League? It will be absolutely incredible. But thank you so much for watching. Get your comments in down below. Go and look at all the links in the description. Go and check out all the other series on the channel. Every like, every comment really boosts the channel. We're aiming for, 7,000 subscribers next, I guess. Sometime next year. Let's aim for like April, my birthday. Something like that. But for now, I'm out. Thank you all very, very much. And I'll be back with another episode very, very soon. Cheers. I'm out.